Okay. That more than friends, it's considered family. We making.
Okay.
We on, we popping. Hey y'all.
Hello, hello, hello.
How's everybody? So welcome to Pajama
Episode
four of
uno, dos, tres, cuatro.
that's our in Espanol.
Yes.
Pajama Chronicles. Welcome everybody. I'm Sharon.
I'm Kitty.
I want a moniker because she doesn't get that. Big Ron. My name is now Big Ron.
Big Ron, not the little one.
No,
Not the little one.
I'm gonna do Big Ron.
Period.
Because everybody gonna come up to me like, hey, Sharon and Kitty.
Yes, yes.
Big Ron and Kitty. And then we have a special guest.
Hi, babies. Malachi Stewart. I'm here. Let me tell a little bit about myself so the people can know.
Yes, please and thank you.
Yes.
So, first and foremost, we co-workers.
Yes.
We both work at DC Health. I am the community health liaison between the Department of Health and the Mayor's Office of LGBTQ Affairs. In addition, I also have a couple years under my belt as a radio host in Philadelphia at one of four of the only Black-owned stations in the country, WRD
Woo-hoo!
Radio,
Clock that
96.1. Clock it. He do this for real. And additionally, I had a podcast, a government-funded podcast that was geared towards people living with or affected by HIV called Positive Voices. And we had a good 2 seasons of Metro campaign, over 20 million views, over 20,000 click-throughs. And so I'm happy to be here on y'all stuff because I'm also a fan.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm a
toot,
fan.
yeah.
Fans, I just
Yes.
want to let you guys know that Kitty and Big Ron, Pajama Chronicles things, we kind of moving up a little bit.
It's the merchandise.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, we got some stuff. I'm just so excited. So we're gonna put the link in. I just want to thank Latanya Pelt who did this for us. It was absolutely amazing. So we got the book, we got tumblers, we have a bag,
And
we got
t-shirts. Yes.
So just thank you guys. Thank you, Latanya. I'm gonna put her Instagram page on our comment section. So get a chance, hit her up. She's doing some amazing stuff. But we just want to thank everybody
Yes.
who has been subscribing. We appreciate it so much, and this is just so much fun, and
Yes.
I'm just excited.
Well, that's why I had to get Malachi, because Malachi and I be having some real deep
We
conversations.
do, child. We do.
And that being said,
that's what we're here for. Y'all.
so are we pulling something, or are we just going to talk? What we gonna do?
Well, whatever you want to do, I feel like we should probably catch them up on our last conversation. We did a little wellness walk.
Yes, we did.
It's gonna work, and we had a conversation just about so we were kind of talking about sexuality and I guess gender too, but sort of like the assumptions people make, because a lot of like the homomisia or transmisia issues people have with the LGBTQ community is because they don't really like understand
Exactly.
like that people are actually not like, they're nuanced. Where they're not like one thing. And it's not just like, even some people I know who are I mean, let's be honest. I've had female friends, the majority of my life, and I would say about 90% of them have at least had an experience with a woman. Now, how you identify by that is like, completely different and can vary, but it's like.
But people always say, once you dipped over there, then you gay. But you're you're basically saying that was an experience, and it doesn't have to give them a label. But what I'm saying is that I guess the heterosexual community, if they feel as though if you dipped over there, then you.
That's what you are.
Yeah, that's what you are.
Yeah, and I don't think it's ill-intentioned, but I do think it's rooted in homophobia or homomisia. I'm using the term homomisia just to be clear, because when you say homophobia, people say, well, I'm not afraid of gay people. So homomisia connotates the aversion. Okay. So if you hear me say homomisia or transmisia instead of homophobia and transphobia, it's because I want to be clear. So y'all don't have to say I ain't scared in the background. No, you might be scared, but you is hating.
What I'm gonna do when you hear this podcast today is not be educated and informed.
Okay.
Don't say we ain't
Look, clink, clink, clink,
Listen,
clink, clink, clink.
They're not just pretty, they smart.
Yes.
But that's very interesting. Very, very interesting.
And I think that it's well-intentioned, but it's rooted in homomisia. Because what it's trying to do is like other a group of people. If you had this experience, then you must be this. And the buy-in it has to do that is because it wants to separate and create a hierarchy. of who is fully this and who is fully that. I think if we approach, because so many people are like, I'm confused about this and I'm confused about that. You wouldn't be confused if you stopped making assumptions and expecting people to perform and live based upon your assumptions and start leading with inquiry.
Right. No, I agree.
You know, because it's a lot more complicated and a lot more nuanced than people want to express. But the complication and the nuance is more common than people are willing to like.
Well, all I can say is that you have opened my mind, my ears, my heart, everything, because you educate me. Because I think one way. I mean, well, I'll put it this way: when I first came there, I thought one way. So now the conversations that we've been having over the last 2 years, you have enlightened me on just, like I said, even making me stop and think, before I say something, because I don't want to offend anybody, but I do have an opinion.
Yeah.
But just because I have an opinion don't make it right. You know what I'm saying? So basically, you have allowed yourself to be a teacher. In your own, you didn't even know he didn't even know he was teaching me, y'all. He teaching me,
but it's because you were open to learn. And what I appreciate, I can handle, and most of us can handle the conversation. Let me tell you something. I'm almost 40 years old. You don't make it as a Black queer feminine in this world without having thick skin. I can handle an opinion, but I appreciate the willingness to have the conversation and to learn. And that's that part I can't control on the other side.
So I have a question. So okay, so like. When people do different things on social media, like, oh, we're wearing a bonnet, so that makes us all ghetto, right? So you have the Rolling Rays, you have the Sassy Santanas.
Yes, saucy Santanas. Yeah.
A lot of the stuff I personally think they're doing for the likes.
Okay. Unpack.
And sometimes that puts a negative connotation on this community because it makes people think, like I'm gonna say, for example, for me, that everything is big, big, big flamboyant. Sometimes that's not always the case.
Yes, it does. So we got to think about who gets visibility. So the same way that as a feminine gay man, you see your Saucy Santanas or your Rolling Ray, rest in peace, Rolling Ray, or your Bobby Lights. When it comes to Black women, y'all none of y'all give Nicki Minaj energy. None of y'all give Megan Thee Stallion. But who gets the visibility? And so like. Someone like me may not get as much visibility, so people don't understand the nuance of the community. But when you walk down the street, or if you were in community with us and not just watching us on TV, you'll understand that we're just as complicated as you. That every Black woman is not ghetto, and every gay man is not just flamboyant, and every gay man is not just this thing, and every trans woman. You know how many Black trans women I know who, because before most of anybody was anything, most of us were all Black little gay boys who were supported and protected by Black women first. We love Black women. And the reason this misinformation out there about Black women, Black trans women wanting to be or think they're cis women, that's only there because y'all not in community. You watching people on TV.
And that's true because that's how I felt. I think it was year before last where somebody put some false information out there about a song like A Natural Woman, the song Natural Woman. And so my thing was I got offended when they were saying that. To me, it's like they were trying to take away from the natural woman. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be disrespectful.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
It.
But when I first heard about it, it was like they were trying to take they were using a song, that particular song, to endorse them being a transgender woman or whatever the case may be. And that being said, like I understand it's hard to come out. It's hard to actually walk in those shoes, but too as a natural woman, it felt like we were being kind of put to the side.
Yeah, and I think let's unpack. Okay. Because I feel like because Black women are socialized in a way that has always decentered them, that they sometimes forget that the enemy of Black women, or who has decentered Black women, is Black men.
Clock that T.
And not just Black men, Black cisgendered, meaning the gender you assigned at birth, heterosexual men. So don't allow yourself to feel like trans women can't decenter you.
Well, first of all, it was all what do you call it? A lie.
Yeah,
it was all a lie that they
and
put
not
out
even-
on
and not
social
even-
media. So it's basically they want us as natural women and trans women to be at each other like this versus being a community, because it's almost like, but I got offended when I first
the same way
heard
that
it.
black women are pitted against each other.
Yeah, exactly.
The problem again is the same enemy.
Mhm.
The enemy is there, is trying to have you fight over something that's not even valuable. Because are we going to pretend some of the in America, black women lead in education as a group.
Yes.
And yet, dollars to donuts, black women to any man, including a cisgender man who don't have the education level,
Mhm.
you are not making the same money. Honey, it's not enough stock in being a woman or a black woman for there to be a fight over it. But if people can control your mind and get you to fight with these other people who are both marginalized. I, as a black trans woman, have lived a life of marginalization and have been called all types of F's and all kinds of things by my community. You, as a black woman, have been abused by black men, have been mistreated by black men. We both are marginalized. We both have more in common than we have separate.
Exactly.
But if I get y'all two to fight, y'all won't see the common enemy. And yet, and people that have more energy for trying to check trans women, but thinking that they're cis, than they have for their baby daddy who cheating on them and beating on them. I'm watching women
say
here.
it.
You better
Say it.
You
say
got a
it,
man.
Say it.
You got a man putting your head through a dryer, and none of the men in your family want to check that, but y'all ready to jump on a trans woman?
Exactly. No,
For coming in the bathroom?
No, that part I totally agree.
Yeah.
Because there needs to be safe places.
Yeah.
For both.
And there's more in common when it comes to the safety.
Mm-hmm.
When people even say things like, in the whole Jess Hilarious for T.S. Madison, T.S. Madison has the word T.S. in her name. Let's be clear. I want to be clear about some things. T.S. Madison makes, I'm talking about one booking can clear 100K.
Wow.
She cleared my salary in a booking. And she does not need to still walk around here calling herself T.S. Madison. The T.S. stands for transsexual.
Exactly.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So she's clearly delineating her women who are assigned female at birth.
Mm-hmm.
Most black trans women want that to be clear because it is clear to them.
Wow.
There's power. There's power in them owning their transness. Now, I'm not saying there's no people who don't. There's also a reason people don't want to too. But like that, a lot of it is miseducation, and it's like you watch stuff on TV or you allow people to feed you information and have you anti people who, when you actually become in a community with them, you realize you have more in common with them than anybody else.
But wow, I'm just saying, you just dropped. I didn't know that the initials. Yeah. I didn't know. Yeah. I didn't know what that stood for. I just
Right. So then imagine when Jess Hilarious is like reading her and like, you just a man. Well, girl, she knows she was assigned man to birth. But y'all have the same face structure, so I mean.
Oh my.
Well.
Oh my. Now I cannot control what comes out of this mouth. Okay.
Look. If what we always say, if it hurt, then it must have been on you.
Exactly.
It's no shade. Like, women. I actually do think Jess Hilarious is beautiful. So it's really no shade. I'm more disappointed in her than anything else. But I think she mean it. But I'm more disappointed. I think she's beautiful, and I also think that it's okay to admit that like women who are assigned female at birth come in all shapes and sizes.
Yeah.
Come in all facial features, coming all like they're not the only ones. If we start checking people going into the bathroom by how they look, there's a lot of women assigned female at birth.
I'm just saying, everybody always told me I look just like my daddy.
I mean, let's not. But Queen Latifah, and set it off, was giving.
Yes.
She was giving Young and May vibes. Because imagine if you're walking behind. Okay, let's think about popular trans women. You going in the bathroom, T.S. Madison in, and then Young and May is in there. Who are you more uncomfortable?
Young and May.
Okay, because only one of them wants your goodies. And we gotta start thinking with sis. Do not let these cis men have y'all out here thinking y'all have an enemy that you do not have. Girl, she wants to pee.
You better listen, y'all. Oh my God.
You couldn't even peel Young and May off you, girl. If she was to do that, I would have helped you. Like, get off of her.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. That is so. Listen, you are bringing so much light to.
I hope to, because I have so many friends who, especially living in the South, who are trans and or non-binary, who tell me stories about living in the South and like One of my friends said when I go to the club in 2025, they go to the club and they go to 7-Eleven first and get the largest empty cup they can and keep it in the car and they run to the bathroom back and forth.
Oh wow!
In 2025. And so to think about it,
people in political positions and powers, people who are making movies, money, billionaires, millionaires, and in 2025 you still got to pee in a cup.
All because, but they're making the decision to pee in the cup because they know that's how much they consider Black women. They don't want to go out and make somebody uncomfortable, but they know what they look like. So they're like, I don't want to make anybody uncomfortable. But that's how considerate that they're willing to pee in their car. And y'all and the people who control media are making you think that Black trans women want to be you. No, they want to be saved.
Well, my thing is, but you're right, because all you getting all this information from media.
Mm-hmm.
This is the first time I get to have a chance up close and personal with people that are living in that lifestyle versus getting sound bites from whatever they decide to drop on the news. You know, so my thing is but that's how they control you too, because whatever they drop and they drop it enough, that's what you start thinking. But of course, now that where I work, I'm more educated. I'm getting more educated in this way of life.
Absolutely. It's all about being in community. And that's really my takeaway from it is don't allow people to tell you who communities are, because the same way people are telling you who the LGBTQ plus community is, people are telling you who Black people are. And when y'all see representations of Blackness and how we always are represented as ghetto and uneducated, everything that's not
and all is lies.
And how it's people lies. Like, let's not forget, there was a day where people didn't want to be in the bathroom with our asses either.
Yes, at all.
There was a day people didn't want to share a water fountain with us either because of what they thought about what it meant to be Black, to be diseased, that we were dirty, that we were like things they thought about us that was not true. And so don't let people tell you things about another.
Or that they see you as not being human. And when it's all said and done, each and every last one of us are human.
And that's the part that draws the line with when people do the things they do. Because if you consider something inhuman, like if I consider this is an inanimate object, if I knock it over to break, oh well, I'll buy another. That's what they consider about your life.
Exactly.
Absolutely. And we gotta admit, there's a gratification of having a pecking order. Everybody wants to be able to punch down. Absolutely. If you are a Black man and life has punched you down, why not punch down on Black women? If you are a Black woman, well, that's not even right down to Black women. You are a gay man who is effeminate. You both live and benefit from misogyny, but also there are places where you don't. So why not punch down, be disrespectful to Black women? If Black women are treated a certain way in society, why not take away the humanity of trans women? And so for one, then trans women, y'all have space and y'all have voice. Why not act like trans men don't exist and that they're less, or that people who are trans non-binary are not as important? Everybody has someone that they're looking at to, if I can push them down and stand over them, it makes me feel like I have a little bit of power. And that's the part nobody's saying out loud. That's the part that people are afraid to admit to themselves. Because let me be clear, just because I'm gay doesn't mean I was never transmissive. I grew up in a Black church like all y'all did. I grew up in a Black community like all y'all did. I thought the same things about being gay and the same things about being trans. I used to be afraid to be in community with trans people. But when you're in community with people, you actually get to see them as human.
Exactly.
And who they are. And you realize that we're actually
versus
people.
What is portrayed out there in social media or in the community, just stereotypes passed down from generation to generation, where it's unfortunate sometimes you take the same things that you were taught and you start teaching it even though it's wrong. Right. It's wrong.
And I think the more you're educated, the more you can look at things that you see on social media, you see for the likes of you see in movies, as just entertainment. Yeah. It doesn't necessarily mean, like, I can look and see that when Bats came out, the Black American Princess, how hood it was, but at the same time there was a message behind it.
Yes.
So I didn't relate to the movie that way.
Right.
I related to the story of the movie, not the people in the movie. And so the more educated we become, the more we can look at the Rolling Rays and Sauce Santanas and all that kind of stuff like that. Like, this is entertainment.
But not only that, but okay, you said you as far as that movie, no, I mean there's certain lifestyles that you had that you couldn't identify with that part of it, but people had so many negative things to say, when it's a movie, number one,
Right.
for entertainment, but two, that is really somebody's life.
And
They matter.
Yeah.
And they matter, you
Yeah.
know, and they matter too.
Educated on that, you know, some people like for you that might be your survival. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't knock your hustle if that's what your hustle is, but I'm not gonna look at it like, oh, you're demeaning, like, oh, you're not smart enough to be around me because you hustling to do X, Y, and Z. No, you're doing what you gotta do to survive. I gotta do what I gotta do to survive. It's just we going different routes.
Well, that's what people do with the Saucy Santanas and like the Bobby Lights. Like it's like they are a lot, and but they are themselves.
But two,
and they represent their people
but
who
not
are gay
only
who are
that,
like that.
And a lot is done for the cameras.
Absolutely.
So, because just because they perform and they do, and look, when I'm in the gym and I'm working out, and my trainer bring that camera on me, let me tell you, I'm gonna do everything that he tell me to do and some more.
You
I'm
ain't
gonna do
finna
it extra.
embarrass me.
Yes, I'm not gonna embarrass myself.
Yes.
But what I'm saying is that a lot of times when, like you said, when people are in entertainment, that may not even be who they are.
Mhm.
But when those cameras come on, that's who they become.
Mm-hmm.
So I think a lot of times too, a lot of people behind the scenes push people to do the extra because that's what they think people want to see.
People did that to me on radio. People wanted me to be like the caricature. I'm out here. I'm such and such with the T. I'm this and that. And I was like, I'm absolutely not.
But you're not that.
Like I'm wait. Like
you got the T. But
okay.
Yeah, you got the T.
But it would be so demeaning to me as a person to reduce myself to a stereotype.
Exactly.
I'm out here, at the time, I was literally running HIV testing.
But let me just tell y'all what he did to me the first year that I met him, right?
What I do to you?
Let me just tell you.
Let's see if it's the truth.
So this being said, we was having Black Pride, and so he needed us to show up and volunteer at this function. So he tells us, "What you wearing?" You know, asking everybody what you wearing, right?
To make sure I didn't embarrass you.
So,
mm-hmm.
So that being said, he tell us he want us to wear all black. We all look black.
Mm-hmm.
Guess what he came in?
Don't do that.
Guess what he came in?
Oh,
we was his backup dancers or something, okay?
So first of all,
we was the backup dancers.
Pictures, so I gotta add the picture to that.
Okay.
I told them to wear all black because I wanted us to be in formation, and I wanted.
Y'all believe that?
Black is first of all. Can I talk?
Oh,
black is sexy. Black is sleek. Black is regal. Black is fashion.
What did you have on?
Let me just make the difference between them. Let me just say this.
Mm-hmm.
I had on, it was like this silver metallic jumpsuit. But the reason I had it on.
Yes. So look, so when we walked in, you know what I'm saying? We walk in, who do you see? You see
but
Malachi.
Here's the thing.
In his entourage.
Here's the thing. I was recording a live show at the event. We had spent there was $100,000 worth of production in the building. We had cameras all over, and I was on stage. I was literally recording a live show for Positive Voices. So I I cannot look like y'all.
Yeah. So basically, he wanted everybody to know who the star was. He was the star. Okay.
Can I put a pin in y'all real quick?
Yes, you can.
Because let me tell y'all something. You know why Kid Tay ain't like that? Because Kid Tay has done that to us.
Retribution. Retribution.
Don't this sound familiar, y'all?
She can dish it out but can't take it.
I don't know.
Do we need to bring out your birthday picture?
I don't know what they're talking about.
Denim. I ain't saying we ain't look bad. We look good. We look really good.
They look good.
I'm gonna add that picture. But did you see the birthday picture?
Yes, I did see
What
it.
was she wearing?
Child, she wouldn't have played with me like that. That's why I don't follow this rule.
Malachi, what did she come out of? What did she have on?
You look nice. And then you did.
A metallic stick, all this.
And I wonder where she got the idea from.
See what I mean? When I tell y'all this one right here.
No.
This one right.
All I got to say is that no. So my thing is that, like I said, we was his backup. We was his backup.
And that's not how I saw it. I told them it's my support, and I appreciated them. Listen, okay, but let me say this though, because it is. Okay, if I'm on camera, I know what I have to give. It is not my fault that the people expect me to be beat every time, to be giving it every time, to be da-da-da every time.
But it's true.
Because like on a regular, like I am never, I box and I at the gym every day. I am never dressed up. I spend my regular and my weekly in a state. You saw how I came in here looking.
But when he puts it on, he shuts the shit down.
But you saw how I came in here looking. That is like my resting. And that's also a part of our conversation about like how people make the assumption. Because I'm gonna put on when it's time. Mm-hmm. But I know, listen, thankfully, people done invested all this money. They ain't invest all this money to see me out here in no Eagles head. They want to see me out here giving it.
Do what you gotta do.
And that's also like a little bit of pressure because of like the Saucy Santanas and the Bobby Lights. Okay. Like as a film comedian, there is a lot of pressure to like be pretty and to be da-da-da-da.
But you are.
And I appreciate, like, I don't mind it. And it's also like, okay, but I'm not just that.
No, like, no, you're not just a pretty face.
Yeah, and
you are a pretty face, but you
just pretty faces. No shade.
But you are very, very knowledgeable. You're very intelligent. That's why we clicked. You know what I'm saying? That's why we clicked.
You see how she put it next to her? That's how we clicked.
That's why we clicked. That's why we clicked.
It's two of them, y'all.
That's why we clicked. No, I mean, beautiful, very intelligent, good heart. You know, funny. All of that. You just all of that rolled up into one.
Y'all a big person.
You know,
we're nuanced. I'm April 7th. I'm an Aries. Okay. Yeah. Big Aries, not the little one. But you love an Aries. You know?
Yeah, I do.
You know. Well, I love a Pisces.
And I'm a Pisces. Yes.
Yeah, I'm just here on this episode.
But so then too, we were talking about, like you said, we were talking about perception, how people perceive you, and you were saying basically too, because of how you look, how people underestimate. Like he got hands, y'all, for real.
Don't.
If I had to go somewhere and I had to take care of some business, a little caper, I'm taking Malachi with me because he gonna rock him by baby.
I can't confirm or deny that.
And you won't.
But I will say, you know, I'm from Philly. My dad has 10 kids, 9 boys, and I've never been stopped. Not by them. So
okay.
Yeah, that's what I gotta do. But and people do make a lot of assumptions. Some of them are like true. So like things that I would think people probably wouldn't think about me. One is I really don't have a lot of gay friends. Like honestly, I have like associates, but like my actual friend, only friend I have that's probably gay is my best friend. I do a lot of work in community. I'm rarely in community. I don't go to gay clubs. I don't go to that. I box, and so and don't y'all share interests with people and you have friends?
Yes.
I'm around people. It tends to be straight men. Also, with my dad having 10 kids. And
so how is that though? How is that with straight men?
Like, I've always been the straight in the room. Like I was that with my dad and all my brothers, because again, 10 kids, 9 boys. I'm the gay. So you know, I've always been.
But it's one thing with your family. But I'm talking about you're saying your friends.
Like, it's always been that. Like I was always that little like boy in the hood from the project, Tester Project, in Philly. Same project, Amber Rose. But like I was always the boy that I always hung with straight boys. And for me, I just.
But how did the straight boys treat you? Like,
I'm more comfortable in those spaces.
No, not you.
How did they treat you?
How were they with you?
I mean, everybody. I don't tolerate disrespect from anybody.
No, exactly.
So that's what I mean. Like people treat you the way you allow people to treat you.
Okay.
You set the tone for how people treat you. It has been for straight men, but it has been for everybody. People start to leave with inquiry. Because what you're not about to do is disrespect me. So what you might want to do is ask a question if you have one. And we can have a conversation. But I'm also not easily offended. I understand the difference between a conversation and a question and like
ignorance.
And I respond accordingly.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, like most of the straight friends I have to this day and always have, I'm usually their first straight friend. I'm usually their first. So it's like, oh, sure, you have questions. I'm sure you have things that you. It's always been fine. I think that a lot of straight men benefited from having me as a friend because men could use a little bit more emotional intelligence in their friendships. I was watching men have 10-year friendships with people and like never really talked about anything besides the surface. But I'm gonna give y'all a tea. Some of the tea is that a lot of like to this day, a lot of their wives and girlfriends know what we talk. Because I would have straight guys like hit me up like 4 o'clock in the morning, like, bro, like I messed up. what I gotta say, and I'm copying it, like copy and paste this. But first I'm gonna curse you out. Okay. Because I'm a girl's girl. So first it's like you ain't, and I because I'm a man, they receive it differently. So I'm able to be like mean to you, but then also like I know you really want to do this, get this right. Let me tell you what to say. And you don't know how many wives hit me up like in the morning, like, Kai, I already know you was texting her because he woke up this morning using I statement. And that man don't know nothing about him. When he woke up and said, I just want to say that I feel.
Oh my God.
So they had a session, the whole session with you.
But a lot of them are like, I'm cool with them, but I'm also cool with their wives because they're like, thank you for holding them. Because one thing about it, I'm not going to just like let them, I'm not going to just hold them up. So I think it's really a benefit. A lot of people, relationships and marriages would be a lot better if they allow their husbands to have some gay friends that's going to hold them accountable.
But what I think it is though, especially with, I guess, my generation, they just coming around the heterosexual community. Like now that your kids, you think you think that you can tell your kids what to do, but your kids got a brain of their own. They're gonna live their life the way they want to live it, or whatever the case may be. But I'm just saying, it's like for me growing up, the only gay person that I was around a couple of gay men. Goodness, rest in peace, Stretch. When I tell you he was 6'9", he wasn't. Oh God, I can't say this on camera, but he wasn't that attractive. But so
what? Okay.
But so when he tried to transform to be a woman, it wasn't giving it. It was almost like, just stay a man, just like what you like, but don't like some stuff. Like for real, don't do it.
God.
Don't do it. He was an ugly woman, but
it's some big women looking at me.
Huh?
There's some big women looking at
Yeah, but no, he was worse. No, he wasn't Nene. Nene, cute.
No.
She not cute?
No.
Surgery is amazing.
Okay, well, it's amazing.
And everybody's getting gender affirming surgery.
So what I'm saying is that, like, a lot of heterosexual black men, they have this thing where, which I've seen, that they are still like little boys when it comes to dealing with gay men, or you know what I'm saying? It's almost like they feel like they can't have a friend that's gay because then that
what are people going to think?
Yeah, exactly.
That's performative though.
Yeah, but because my thing is, a friend is a friend.
Yeah.
Don't matter what your gender is.
Yeah.
But for heterosexual black men, but a lot of them, too, hate to say it, they on the low. They liking, they on the low.
That is another reason why people do that. I think it's so for me, probably because of how I show up in like heteronormative spaces. It's probably like a lot of it is like, if you box with me, like there's a certain level of respect because they're expecting me when I come in, because usually like my nails done, I'm coming to have to put my hair in a ponytail, like it's like, and I'm dramatic, I'm wearing pink, I got pink gloves, but like I'm going.
But when yes,
I'm not like, what are we doing? And I think there's a level of respect that comes from that because they're not expecting that. Now I don't think that I should have to perform that for them to get their respect, but it does work. It does, and it's something I try to do. It's already there. Also, like I really did grow up with a lot of brothers, so like all of that film stuff, but like like stop playing with me. And I think that it's like you can tell I'm not performing that. That's natural. So there's a respect factor that just makes it not be weird, and it just don't be weird. I also don't like. I'm not interested in like friendship. I'm older. I'm almost 40. I don't care if we friends or not. Like if you're my friend, it's because you're my friend. Like we really homies. We really talking. Like some of these men, the conversations start with like, I wish I get my girlfriend anniversary, or wish I like the way these conversations start. And I'm like, we just build these natural friendships that a lot of them do come back and say, I was like, I've never even thought about being friends with somebody gay until they friends with me. I'm like, well, I'm a good friend for you because I don't want you.
Right.
And who told them that they were marketable?
But not only that, that's another what do you call it? Thing that's out. They think that just because a person is gay, that if you run a great gay woman, she gonna want you, or you're around a gay man.
It's so offensive to me.
It is, because don't everybody got a certain type that they like, or
and
whatever.
I know you.
Yes.
Like I get to meet men in a different version of them than the women that they're with. I know the real you. I know how you act when she's not around. And unlike her, I would slap you. Like, you ain't gonna be playing with me like that.
Right.
Like, listen, let me tell you something. We need to be clear. Black women love men in a way that if you look back, even in the 60s, back when Martin Luther King is out here doing these marches, black women were putting their bodies in front of black men. Why y'all disrespecting them? Black women love black men in a way that but these black mamas love their babies. I am not them. Black men, stay with you a black woman. I ain't trying to convert you. Stay with her. Because the way a lot of them show up, you would hate. You would hate to be with me. Okay? What? That's number one. And then it's like, that's number one. Also, something we need to get, like, I tried to get clear with them real quick. And I don't say this in a lot of spaces. I'm actually not super attracted to men who are assigned male at birth.
Okay.
Based, since we're talking about assumptions people make about people, because I'm gay and because I'm femme, they think that I want like these like trade and these street men and stuff like that. No, if you were assigned male at birth, I'm actually probably good on you. Like, I'm very rarely attracted, sexually at least, to people who were assigned male at birth. I like men, I like masculinity. I don't define men as like what's in your pants.
So that was another conversation that we had, is based off of, he was saying how he looks. People automatically think that
a thug mandingo. Yeah, I'm out here trying to like, no.
Yeah.
That's the kind of like me. And I think when I was younger, so I want to be honest, because of the way we also take on the way the world sees us. I thought that's what I liked too, until I had a different experience. And I was like, I actually had to go back. And this was only like last year, maybe. And I had to like come out again to my friends. And I was like, I've been identifying as gay and I'm going to identify as gay because black people don't have the nuance to understand more than that. It's like too much language. But like, I realized last year, I was like, I'm actually like queer. Queer in...
Yes, educate me.
Yeah, so queer in like what I'm attracted to. Like, yes, I do like men who are cisgender, who are assigned male at birth. I'm married to a trans man. I also am attracted to some women. Like, and I realized that to me, I thought I had a certain idea about the way I was like, oh, sex is this, until I stopped having sex with men who were assigned male at birth. And I was like, oh, I like men, but I don't like penis. Yeah. And like, I don't have to live in this world where I force myself to pretend I like that just because I'm gay and femme. Like, but I don't like that. And I don't want to like it. So I'm not going to have it.
I'm going to add me a light bulb.
Yeah!
No, you didn't talk about yes.
Right?
You gagged. Okay. Wait, well, ask me a question.
No, I don't.
You just, yeah.
It just took me like, I'm getting, like, I was like, oh.
And like, I really didn't even know that about myself. Like, sometimes when people are telling you who you are, you don't even have an opportunity for self-discovery. Like, I never had time to like really sit with who I was. You were black, you was gay, you was feminine, so you was a little, and like, that's just what was put out there for you. I never had the opportunity to explore who I was so that's why my husband and I have known each other for more than a decade, and we always had a crush on each other. But he came in, I knew he was trans, I knew he was a trans care navigator, and I was like, okay, now hold up. I had no fun since I was in high school.
That's what he did. So he had that conversation with me too.
Okay.
And I didn't want to mess up the thing because like we were more than just like I had a crush. Like, I like you, like you're my friend, and you and I didn't want to mess up the thing because I know what to do with a cis man. I know what to do. Easy navigation. I know where all the buttons are. So, but I didn't, and so it just was.
So wait a minute, explain, because you're talking to a community that don't know.
Sure.
What is a cis man?
Cis man just means you were assigned male at birth and you identify with that.
Okay.
Okay, and then you said there was another.
Trans man is that you were assigned female at birth and transition, whatever that transition looks like.
Okay.
There are several ways to transition. Social transition, there's medical transition, there's a lot of different things. We gotta come back for that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a whole
part
thing.
2.
Part, that's a whole thing. But yeah, so
okay, so wait, so back up.
Yeah.
Okay, so you identify as a queer male, correct? Is that what you said?
I identify as queer here. I'm a publicly identify as gay because that is complicated. And I recognize it's complicated.
So wait a minute. So you say you identify as Gay, just gay.
I publicly identify as gay.
Gay. Okay.
But
And when you say publicly identify, why do you say that?
Because imagine me sitting there having a conversation with my mama about the difference between being gay and queer.
Okay.
Now we at Thanksgiving talking about that, and I'm not eating my mac and cheese. Girl, I don't need to be understood. I need to eat.
Okay.
So
exactly.
So
mama, I'm gay.
I dumb it down for people so that they can just take whatever quick thing.
Because
you get the
when
point.
You say gay, I mean, let's be honest. When you say gay, everybody just assumes automatically everything is sexual. It's never about loving anybody. It's just always about sex.
That's the unfortunate part. Yeah.
Yes. So when you say gay,
because in the heterosexual community, it's not just about sex.
No,
it's
not.
Love
him or I just love her. But in the gay community or in the homosexual community, when you say gay, immediately it's always just about sex. It just goes immediately there,
because that's what they pushed out there.
It goes to the wild, the crazy, the nasty, the most obscene or obscure thing you can think about when it comes to sex. But when you say a gay male, immediately people assume you like either another gay man or you are attracted to a straight man. But you're saying that's not the case for you.
No.
Okay.
No, it has nothing to do with when I think about, and I don't mind the term gay. Queer is just more encompassing of that it's not just that. Right? To say that I'm gay is not untrue. It's just not, I'm not just gay.
Right.
Because I'm not just attracted to men who are assigned male at birth, which would be gay. It would be me as a man who's assigned male at birth, attracted to men who are assigned male at birth. And I'm not just attracted to that or primarily attracted to that. So it's that understanding first, right? But then also when you think about our sexual orientation, it's called sexual orientation, but it's really romantic interest. It's around heart, because if it was about sexuality, then we wouldn't know y'all were straight until y'all started having sex.
True.
And given how some of them first experiences was, you might not have knew this either. so and so I knew who I was before I was having sex. You knew who you were before you were having sex. It's not about sex. We lead with our heart. This is a thing that you feel, and just because we're not straight doesn't mean that we don't have heart and romantic interest, and it's not just about it's not just about that. And so my husband and I were late to I think the sexuality was a barrier, the actual sex part was a barrier, because I knew I was attracted to him, but I didn't know, I didn't want to mess up or this, or not know if I was able to. And then once we were dating and we went past the friendship, when we had sex, I was like, oh, I'm not gay.
But your story is so like everybody else's story. I'm not even trying to be funny. I'm not trying to be minimize what you're saying. This is girlfriend talk.
That's what I meant at the top of the conversation when I said when you're in community. Different. When you're in community, you realize we have way more in common. We have way more in common.
Exactly.
We have way more in common than you would think, because based upon that, I probably have more in common with the couch conversation than I have with other men who identify as gay. Clock it. Yeah. So when people are sitting in it, we're having a conversation, even why would I about what it is like to be friends with straight men? Well, we're having similar sex. We just aren't the same.
Right. No.
We're not the same.
But no, I just know how, I said, the older generation, how they perceive, or how they were taught to perceive relationships with men who like men, versus just because you like what you like. You know what I'm saying? Some people like with short, some people like with fat, skinny, whatever. Everybody got a preference, but because everybody put the sexual part on it, it doesn't allow people to have authentic relationships, because it's a barrier put up, because it's if you gay, then that means if I move a certain way, just because that don't mean that I like you.
And my husband can tell you, and so can my friends, especially in boxing, I've never in my life ever crossed the line with any of my straight friends. I can't say the same for them.
I know, but right.
They be the ones that's curious. And so it's a lot of it, to your point, it's
serious, that's taboo.
Yeah, it's are you staying away from me because you're afraid of what I like, or you afraid of what you like? Because I'm cool.
Right.
I'm good. I'm not.
And that's about the chase too. That's the whole, I know I can't have you, but I kind of want to.
And I'm afraid of what I'm attracted to coming out. Mostly is that, but I will say that men who are every friend that I have who is straight are people who are secure in themselves and are very proud about there's no hidden agenda in our friendship, and they don't hide me as them.
Right.
They bring me to one of my friends. That's like my brother. He's like a top DJ here at 96.1 FM. He brings me to all his stuff. He introduced me to his people. Like, this is my brother. Like, he doesn't. There's no weird energy about that because he's secure, because he's really not gay. So it's, there's no reason for him to feel no kind of way. And also, I don't want you. I'm married. Like, I'm good.
But like I said, I just think too is
got a man, girl.
I
got a man, baby.
It's but it's like you said, it's taught that type of homophobic or phobia or whatever the case may be, it's taught. And because you don't, that's just like getting to know a black person or getting to know a white person or getting to know Asian person or just someone that's different other than you, versus just getting to know that person for them. Because right now, all this right here is a shell.
That's it.
It's a shell. What's talking from inside is my spirit and my soul.
Yeah.
So that being said, get to know people for who they are versus, the assumption or like all these, like I said, all these different things that you have up in your head that make, like you said, make us not be community, but make us be enemies. I don't want enemies.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I want to love on people.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, can I ask y'all a question though?
Sure.
And I want you to answer honestly. Do you think, or have you experienced, like, going into the bathroom in 2025, like, are you ever afraid or like nervous if you see someone who may be a trans woman or maybe trans non-binary?
No.
Not at all.
What would get me clutch my pearls if I saw a man in there? You know what I'm saying? Like a man.
Yeah. And that's why it's so interesting that, like, as again, a person who's married to a trans man, I'm like, I don't think you want my husband to come in the bathroom with y'all. You would gag. Like, if you saw my husband walk in the bathroom, that would be startling because you wouldn't know the tea. So it'd be like, why is he in there?
Right.
And so when you think about violence towards trans men, unlike trans women, the people who commit violence against trans men, like trans women, are cis men, are cis hetero men, but because they see trans men as women, they are violent towards them in a different way. They're sexually violent, the same way they are towards. So most trans men who have experienced violence, like, there's 2 men this year. One body was found in January, and he was a grown man, and the other was actually a young person. And the kids from his class sexually assaulted him and sodomized him, like all kinds. Like, this is what masculinity is taught to do to people who are assigned female at birth.
But why would you do that to anyone?
Almost every time you see like violence against a trans man, it almost is always extremely sexually violent. So it's so interesting to hear the bathroom conversations, because meantime, I'm going to the bathroom with my husband in certain places because I got to make sure he's cool.
That's right.
Like, because if somebody was to find out that my husband was trans in there, like, they wouldn't just like beat him up. They would try to sexually violate him.
Oh my goodness.
And so, like, when you see people talking about like they're afraid to be in the bathroom, I'm like, but I ain't never met no woman that was assaulted by no trans woman, especially not a black trans woman. I've never met that. That's not a story we're hearing about. There are so many stories to support the opposite. Like, there's so many black trans women whose bodies are found burnt up, like murders not investigated. These trans men that I'm naming, they never found out who did it to them. They never there's no convictions in these cases because society doesn't see LGBTQ people as mattering.
They do matter.
And they do, but it's interesting to hear people like have these narratives about being afraid, and it's like, you afraid, but
my thing is, okay, so this is my thing, is that for the bathroom situation, a lot of restaurants now, when you go into establishments, they just say unisex, like anybody can go in.
Yeah,
Then I do understand with kids, with little kids, I would not want me to take my granddaughter in the bathroom and a man come in there. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I would prefer if the person, yes.
I mean, I feel like for me, that has never. The reason why I probably see that different is because I was my mom was a single black mom. So I went to the bathroom with my mom.
Oh, well,
you know what mom was going to do.
Well, all of them did. My son went in the bathroom with me. Come on in here. Let's go.
And I never thought about being in the bathroom and like women being in there, because they're a different gender than me. Like, I was there to use the individual stall and go to pee.
Right.
I have been in the bathroom where men have like been by themselves with their kids and they're bringing in little girls in the bathroom. Because he's a man, he can't go in the ladies' room with her. He has to.
Okay.
And it's like, it's the same procedure. We are all peeing. Like it doesn't really matter what. Like there is no this. If I'm in a bathroom that's a men's room, the other men don't want to see my genitals, and nobody's showing genitals in here.
Well, all I can say is
So
this:
it don't matter if kids come in.
If I'm out in public and the ladies' bathroom is long, I am going into the men's bathroom.
But see, this is what.
Yes, I am.
So I support you, and that's also why it's so like interesting to me is because Black women, especially when they come to the gay club, ain't a Black gay man allowed. Like we protect Black women.
Now that I can.
I have pulled men out the bathroom. Hold on, let her go. I don't even know these women half the time. Just met you, but I know that she's because again, our affinity to Black women. My mama a Black woman. What would I want for her if she's in this space? We make sure you're good. We stand and guard outside, making sure she's good. So when they be saying that they like scared to be in the bathroom with somebody who might be a sign mother, I'm like, girl, you safe. Ain't nobody right because when y'all come to the gay club, y'all not scared then.
Right. Oh, that happened at a gym. Wasn't it at a gym?
Oh, yeah, this happened, yeah.
Which I only like my issue with that is that I don't. There's two different stories about it. Like there's one story where it seemed like the stud woman followed the person to the bathroom.
Oh.
And was trying to,
basically meet the person.
Yeah, they were trying to like have a reason to be transvestic.
Okay.
The second story though is that the person like was changing and you could see a print. I just would recommend in both situations to mind your business because I was telling my husband, there's a group of these girls that boxed with us, and it was because of the underwear they had on. But I literally was taking a bet because I was doing something. I looked up and like the print was printing. Now I know that they said women. So I was like, what is going on?
Oh my, now taking some beds. Oh my,
child, you don't know what people got going on.
She was throbbing. She was.
And you know what it was? Because sometimes when you wear them thigh highs under, it can like pack a lot if there's a little extra fabric. And she was, now imagine her in the bathroom and somebody like making an assumption. So it's like this, like, girl, if this person wasn't bothering you, maybe don't bother that person.
What was it that she said that she was in the shower?
No, nobody was in the shower.
It was she went in the shower.
No, the person was changing. If you believe the most salacious of the story, then at most she saw the trans woman's print.
Oh, okay.
But people can't help where they are. Like what you want her to do, and then it's called a transition for a reason. People are in different stages of transition. Different things mean transition for different people.
I believe that they should then in turn, like businesses have to invest because if you're serving the public, you have to, everybody should feel comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Like we can't take away from how she felt.
If you mind your business though, you would be comfortable. Because if you stop crotch watching people, you wouldn't have sold it.
Okay, well that part.
And I want to just be clear on that. Like, also you a creep. Because it's like I as a person who changes in spaces with like other men, I don't be watching their crotch. Like, imagine how uncomfortable the men would be if they knew I was in there watching. When I change in front of other men, so it's like you as a woman, why you in it? And then
I don't watch them either.
But let's unpack the tea. How is the trans woman the weirdo when you are the stud woman who's attracted to women who, when you thought she was a cis woman, was watching her crotch? You're the weirdo. Like if you weren't watching her crotch, you wouldn't have saw whatever you saw.
See,
why you wasn't changing?
I didn't get all that information.
Because when she said she saw the print, so you were looking.
Okay.
I'm just saying, like, there's certain things that you could avoid.
What I'm saying is that
like, as soon as you see someone who's different, you just immediately demonize that. They want to get me. They want to tell me if things to the black men.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. No,
and that's what you walk down
the street. You look over. They look over at you. Oh, he was looking at me. He just looked. That's it. Yeah.
And then they be ugly too.
Yeah, but it was also LA. Like it was also like where you at. Like you're in a space where there are affirming spaces. Like you know where you at, child. It's like being in Atlanta talking about something like, "Well, I saw a trans woman." I bet you did. Like like some stuff is just also like I don't want to feel like I'm being insensitive to people's discomfort. I think it's okay to own your discomfort as your discomfort and not weaponize your discomfort. Just because you're uncomfortable with something doesn't mean that you get to put people in harm's way and start yelling out "man" as a man in the bathroom and put this person's life in danger. Because don't forget there was a time where people would have saw your black behind in the bathroom and yelled "nigger." Like don't forget that and put you like we've lost people like Emmett Till because somebody was uncomfortable and their uncomfortability, they yelled out something because they were uncomfortable about a child and somebody's baby wasn't alive.
No,
so you got to be careful. Like you could be uncomfortable And you being uncomfortable doesn't mean that you get to risk people's lives. And that's what I was disappointed in that sister about. I'm not even mad. I was disappointed in her because I feel like even if you were uncomfortable, there's a different way to handle it. There's different ways to like to address things. Nobody's
Well, you
comfortable
know,
with.
I hate to say it now that the internet is out there, everybody want a moment.
Okay,
and it's unfortunate. It's
because
unfortunate.
Clock, she was playing her music, and that's what made people think that she was doing it for clout. Every video she made about it, she played her. She does music, and she was playing her music in the background.
Okay.
See, that makes you lose all the, you know.
Okay,
Exactly.
So and now, but imagine being the trans woman who is only, I believe this woman only has been transitioning since January of this year. You can we talk honestly? You still clocky, you know, girl. You haven't got to the point where you're and the diagnosis is gender dysphoria. That means you feel yourself in a body that doesn't reflect. You're looking at a reflection in the mirror. It doesn't reflect you or your spirit. Imagine how that feels for that person. They're already uncomfortable with how they look.
But people
they
don't
know
ever...
that they know that they're not looking at the woman in the mirror that they feel like they're inside, but they're getting closer because the person might have looked like a man to y'all, but like in January, if you look at the pictures between January and now, they definitely have transitioned more. Mm-hmm. It's a process though. So imagine being uncomfortable with your own body, and then this woman making content about you with her rap music in the background. Now everybody's seeing your face, and you just wanted to go to the gym.
And so here we are again, saying the same thing. When you lose a lot of weight, you got all this excess skin. You know what you want to see. I want to see myself svelte. I want to see myself tight, but I got excess skin. So I go in the bathroom, I go in the locker room, changing my clothes. I got all this loose skin, and people are looking at me like I'm dirty or I'm nasty, or you know what I'm saying? Like it's the same thing.
And imagine somebody making a spectacle of that, how you would feel. Mm-hmm. And nobody thought about this trans woman because it was like they worried about the full safety of this person.
My thing is that when she went live the way she did, I was wondering why that wasn't just a conversation with her and management, because
they put her out.
But what I'm saying is that she still has a right to feel the way she feels. But that being said, I didn't understand why it had to be a social media.
It was giving Karen to me.
It was definitely giving Karen. And to the point of the top of the conversation when I asked y'all, would y'all be more uncomfortable in the bathroom with T.S. Madison or Young and May? That woman was a Young and May type. I do not believe that there was anybody that she was in the bathroom with that she was afraid with. Look at her and look at the woman, the trans woman. I think only one person should be afraid for their safety.
Yeah, I didn't see the trans woman, but I didn't. All I saw was that video of that.
The
person.
Trans woman was a white trans woman. Okay. Who, you know, is still transitioning. Like, you know, I could see you looking. You know, I think if you looked at them, you would definitely know that they're not like. You would know they're probably trans, or maybe think they were trans, not binary.
How long does this process take? Like,
everybody process different. Everybody, and the reason the process is different because the angle is different. Like you don't define. I'm sure if I asked you how you define your womanhood, that would be completely different. And y'all good groupies. You know, y'all good girlfriends.
But not only that, so like I think too, and doesn't it like everybody, just like every pregnancy is different. I think when you transition, I'm quite sure it's different for every person because
everybody wants something different.
Yeah, everybody wants something different. Yeah. But not only that. For all the things that take effect, how you want it to take, it takes time.
Yes.
For it to be perfected.
And that's different because we all have different hormone levels. We all have different.
So you're going in knowing this is going to be a long, tedious process.
Could
not
be.
Just physically, but also emotionally.
And mentally. Because, you know, just listening to like my husband does work with people who gender affirming care. My husband's also a therapist. So watching even the mental process of like you start this process and then this person's family starts to like tell you what they and people, mamas say some stuff. And like that is also affecting your process. Your body's going through changes. Listen, when I first started working in community, and I used to laugh at my trans patients because they would like try to hurry up and get fishy quick, kind of like look more feminine quick. So they would take a whole bunch of estrogen, not realizing like, girl, you have the amount of estrogen in your body as a woman who's going through menopause.
Oh, like Jesus!
So they would also be at that. Like they'd be ready to fight and stuff like that, and I would be so calm because I already saw your last. So I would just be like, can I ask you a question? Have you been like irritated lately? And they probably be like, yes. You know, just everybody making up like, can I tell you?
So you're in menopause, girl.
Have you been having hot flashes? Have you been?
Why would you want to increase your
because we live in a world where if people see you and clock your tea, it could be unsafe. These people are putting their lives at risk. That's how much they want to like not offend you in the bathroom. And so that transition is completely different. There are people who have what you would call a medical transition, like as far as hormones, maybe even a bottom surgery. They've had all the things. They have had all the things. There are people who've been castrated so they don't have their body doesn't produce testosterone at all. And still, look a little hard and have been doing this process for years. And then I know trans girls that, baby, she just took a couple moans. She ain't had nothing done but moans and a lace front and is giving fish.
Okay.
We are all different.
Yeah.
We are all different. Now, if you think about it, but that makes more sense. If you look at me versus your husband, if we was both trying to transition, it'll be way easier for me to transition. I'm 5'4". Girl, I'm 5'4". She gonna be fishing in no time.
Okay, alrighty.
Whereas opposed to like your husband looks more like T.S. Madison looked before she transitioned. So we're gonna have to take a lot of work on doing. And we're gonna have to invest in this. It's gonna cause a big bag. You know what I'm saying? So like we would have two different experiences. It would be two different things psychologically. I probably would be happy with myself way quicker.
Is it easier to transition from a male to a female or female to a male? Is it easy or there is no easy?
I am not an expert in gender affirming, but what I would say in my experience, I think that is a nuanced question because people want different things. Okay. So I think it's hard to give a blanketed answer for that because it can be rough on both sides, depending upon your genetic makeup, depending upon your hormone balance. Mm-hmm. Y'all don't have the same level of estrogen.
No. Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like everything is so much different. And then like what it means to be a woman means different things based upon a lot of things. Right? Like I have friends who are trans women who are like all natural, giving an NDI da. Then there's trans women who are like giving supermodel. And that difference is like where you from, how you were raised, like so many things, like what are your values, so like the end of it is going to also see what that means. Because if being a man, also, I'm going to throw this in, being white is a difference.
I was just going to add the color.
Black women are not held to the same standard as white women, right?
Exactly.
So you know that you have to transition from a black man to a black woman. You know that you are going to now be asked to do something that black women are asked to be in this world, which is be perfect all the time. Mm-hmm. So that is going to be a process.
Say it.
If you are a white woman, like Caitlyn Jenner, you were a white man, you transition to a white woman. Of course, you can just put on a wig because you have a different experience. As any white trans man or woman and a white trans black or man or woman, their experience is completely different. We have two different versions of community. Mm-hmm. And if you know you're about to be called all types of trannies, the least you could do is make sure your lace not showing. Like you are not like it's communities. So like there's a benefit of like I don't have to try as hard. Or I don't have to be worried about that. I can just have the experience that everybody should have, which is just that when I said I was trans, that should be enough. Mm-hmm. The acceptance of myself should be enough. Mm-hmm. But unfortunately, if you black or you brown, you know that ain't enough.
No, it's not.
So you got to do what you got to do because now that you transition, you done took on all the burden of what it means to be a woman. And black women is not enough for y'all. Y'all can't just walk outside with your natural hair, with your natural face, expecting to get a promotion, coming with your comfortable clothes, like coming with your body. Like there's so much around it. Look at the superstars. Do Beyonce have the same standard as Katy Perry?
Right.
As Adele, these are people who are in the same selling bracket, but we expect Beyonce to give body, hair, makeup, visuals. We let them stand on the mic. We let Taylor Swift stand on the mic and sing.
No, all of it. But no, Beyonce got to be the whole kit and caboodle. Okay.
And so it is with trans men.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. So it is different if you are black and transitioning. Because imagine if you were a female at birth, but you transition into a black man. The standard for what masculinity is and hyper-masculinity. A lot of the friends I have who are trans men are living among y'all, and y'all don't know because they're what we call stealth. They don't tell anybody. They're not out of the community. Stealth. Like they are like they live their life like to the point where some of them I have friends who like don't even tell women they date women. Everything don't tell them.
Is that fair?
Well, here's the thing.
Well, wait a minute. You said, okay, stealth.
Stealth meaning like that they're like, it's sort of like, imagine stealth, equate stealth to like a hyper masculine black man, like it's hyper masculine. Because you're overconfident, okay. Overconfident. So, yeah. So, is it fair? I remember not minding my business at first.
When does that
happen? And I have a friend.
When did that happen?
Because I had a friend who we were friends. I knew their tea, but I was the only one who knew. And they would date women we went to the gym with, and I was in mind of my business. I was like, I don't know if this is right. And then I realized that they never tell the women, and they also never have got turned down in their life. It always works out. And then I thought about the women I know, and I said, well, I could see why that would work out because women are more naturally like led to lead with their heart and not hearts. So it's like if you about to get satisfied either way, I mean, which is
that. So you already.
I mean, and most of the women I know have had the experience with someone who is not a time out, like or have to. It's a little bit like I was like, okay, so I mind my business because the women didn't complain,
and because we are quick to be in denial too. We will hold on to it like
He tells them right before they're about to do the deal. He's like, that's when you need to know, and by then
I'm all in.
They already done fell in love. He got money. He's successful, very successful, very coined. He done wined you, dined you, took you to the best restaurant. He's showing up the way you want him to show up. Now that this time is like, oh, you strapping on versus, well, I don't actually care. I mean, and be like, I mind my business. So I can't speak to it. I can't say whether it's fair or not. I can say whether I would want that to happen.
I think it's just the same trickery as if he was married, to be honest with you. I just want to say, I just don't see no... Are we out of time? We
out of time, y'all.
No, right now we're going to take a quick break. How about that?
Yes, we're going to take a break.
We're going to take a break. And refill our cups.
Yeah.
Okay. That more than friends is considered family.